This is Chosen Bath & Body, a 100% natural skincare and wellness company. We have soaps such as charcoal, lavender, lemongrass, turmeric. Come to the quiet place where you can honor the womb through the practice of yoni steaming. We also have a variety of services as well, such as Reiki, sound therapy, tuning fork healings, and womb detoxes. Come to the quiet place and heal with Chosen.
We interrupt this episode for very important information.
That's right. You've been asking for it for a long time, and we have heard you.
Yep, it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here.
Yo,
aunties
got merch! Hey, that's right. You know what? We got tees, we got long tees, we got sweatshirts, we got fanny packs, there's just a whole gamut of stuff out there. So go and check that out.
We are so appreciative of your love and support, and we are so excited to launch it. Girl, where can we find it at?
Ma'am, they can head right over to minorityReport.com to check out the selection.
That's right. That's MINORITEA report.com.
Woo! I'm about to go get me some myself.
Hey there, this is Terrance Styyles, cast member of, guess what? You know it is. Set it off. Atlanta, ATL. So I'm coming before you because there is a new show that I have executive produced. It's a talk show. It's called The Manual. I have now been able to have a platform where I'm able to show this talk show that I have recorded a few years ago, and I just had it shelved because I needed to find the right opportunity and the right platform to showcase it. So now is the time for me to showcase The Manual. I want to thank everyone who was involved during the time of filming The Manual. I appreciate the time that you've put in. This was not an easy project, but I made it happen. So I want everyone to enjoy The Manual. It's a 7-week episodes that I'll be showing, 7 weeks of episodes. So I want you to check it out. It's still relevant to today. I've even included some females in an episode. So for all you ladies, I did not leave you out. So I thank you so much for supporting not only just Set It Off, not only me, but also I want you to support The Manual. I want you to like it. I want you to comment. I want you to share. It is something to watch. All right. And if you enjoy it and you want me to come back with more episodes, please, by all means, hit me up and let me know. And I'm sure that we can probably make that happen. All right. So thank you so much for watching all 7 episodes of The Manual. Take care. Peace. I'm your host, Terrance Styyles, and you're watching The Manual, a show brought men together from all walks of life to discuss what we endure during our lifetime. But on this particular episode is very special because we have a guest on this episode which is entitled Strength, Courage, and Wisdom. So Mike, Rahim Brazil, and I will chat with Larry Scott Walker, who is the co-founder of Thrives. All right? So we're going to go right into it. You know how I put the S's on it. You got to emphasize the S's.
Thrives. Yes.
All right. So, Larry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, I want you to speak on Thrives, how it came about, its mission, its purpose, values, things of that sort.
Okay, so Thrive SS, Thrive stands for Transforming HIV Resentments into Victories Everlasting Support Services. So the whole idea came from, experiencing our friends living with HIV, dying. Black gay men still are dying from HIV-related complications. We figured that our community needed more robust, holistic support. Some of the support that, agencies that are funded by the CDC can't, unfortunately, provide, after hours care, support 24 hours a day, rapid linkage to care and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So your foundation is a 501c?
501c3, yeah.
C3, I'm sorry. So how is that process? How does someone who wants to get into the realm of what you're doing contain that? Because I know it's a process. So
yeah.
How does that work?
So basically, the framework for starting a 501c3 is all online. You could go visit the Internal Revenue Services, and they'll basically walk you through it. Basically, obviously, it starts with an idea and a passion. Okay. Then you pull together your bylaws and the people that you want to, co-partner with. Put together a board, have a board meeting, and things like that.
Okay. So give me some of the services that Thrives provides for individuals in need and care and things like that. So yeah, go ahead into that so our viewers would know.
Okay. So Thrive SS actually we began with support networks. We actually have our largest support network in Atlanta. We have 840 plus members here in Atlanta. And then we have a total of 3,300 around the country. Wow. So we offer 24-hour support. We offer what we call Judy support, which is getting together with your friends, all people living with HIV, having fun, having parties, going on trips and things like that. We do linkage to care services. Our main program is actually our linkage program. We link on average 5 to 6 Black gay men living with HIV who are either new to care or lost to care a week. Awesome. We have anti-stigma, or as we call it, self-love and HIV acceptance campaigns. We have over 90-something campaigns that we've released. We have a food pantry, clothing closet, everything that you would think that a person would need to thrive living with HIV. We pretty much provide it.
And I think that this is absolutely amazing. I work as a medical research counselor in the same field, and so we have interacted before, and what you all do at Thrive is absolutely wonderful, and I applaud it. I'm glad to support it. I'm glad to endorse it and embrace it because you all are actually changing lives. So what is the future looking like for you all as an organization? Because again, you all are helping Black men who are living with HIV so that we can stop the stigma of what a lot of people think HIV is and what they think HIV brings, and bring in education and awareness. So what is next for you all? Because you all have done so much already.
So what's next for us is basically we're having a ceremony called the Undetectable Ceremony. We do it we do it every other year, And basically it's a convening of Black gay men living with HIV from across the country. We're hoping for a convening of as many as 500 Black gay men living with HIV to come to Atlanta, black tie event, and just to celebrate the resiliency that exists inside of our community, and just continuing on that path because we're Black, so HIV is old, and these methods for getting people linked to care and virally suppressed are old as well, but they're not working for our community. Right. So we figured we need to insert what works for us. Celebration works for us. Communal, coming support. Together, communal support, family support, sharing a meal, that works for us, and that's the future for Thrive, to continue to do the things that work to chip away at this high viral load in our community.
Awesome. Because, and I want to make sure we say this because this is important, because it is very important that if someone is living with HIV, that they work hard to become undetectable, because when you become undetectable, you become untransmittable.
Exactly.
And that then will cause the new cases of HIV to begin to go down.
Exactly.
And so that's why we really pushed for that. Not only that, but it also will ensure a healthier life for the individual that is living with HIV. Exactly. I just want to make sure we mention that as well.
Exactly. Thank you for bringing that up. I mean, U equals U is widely uptaken. WHO, the World Health Organizations, the CDC, all say exactly what you said. Is we can support people living in our communities at getting to undetectable. We can halt and end HIV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Larry, I have a question to put out there to you. So I understand Thrive is mostly about care to individuals who may have had HIV for a while or just newly HIV positive and being undetectable. How does Thrive intertwine or correlate with individuals that are negative or individuals that are looking to be on PrEP and things of that sort? Because what I've noticed, and it's no dig to organizations that focus on getting people with HIV and getting them care to be undetectable, but what I've noticed is that there's not a conversation with for people who are negative to be friends with and in a relation with those that are undetectable or that are HIV positive. And so I think a lot of times people who are negative are they're scared, for loose of a better word, or ignorant to what it means for an individual to be undetectable. So does Thrive kind of correlate or coexist or work with other organizations for people who may be negative and need more education about people that are undetectable?
Yes, of course. We have several open events a year, celebrating the partners of people living with HIV. But then we also have a new initiative where we partner with Georgia Equality to create this sex-positive space at the Rush Center, the Philip Rush Center, where you can come, get tested. You can have, negative or positive. You can be linked to care. So the services that you mentioned, PrEP and other, supportive care for people who are negative. The spot is what it's called. It's actually opened on weekends until like 2:00 in the morning. Awesome. It's open during after church on Sundays and things like that. So we're really, we understand that this is our main community, Black gay men living with HIV, but we don't just interface with one another. We have a community that we belong to, and our responsibility isn't just for people living with HIV, it's for all people.
Okay. So can I ask, how would somebody, and I'm asking for me, how would somebody partner with you guys in order to bring that additional awareness? Because sometimes it can be a little intimidating, especially, how they have like the trucks and everything like that. And it can be a little intimidating for people, especially when you're at events and people don't want to naturally just go on a bus and get tested in front of a lot of people. So what I've done through the creation of my Twisted series is put the awareness in the content, to make it a little less intimidating and have those educational and teaching moments in Twisted. So how would somebody from the director's side be able to partner with you guys?
Just reaching out to us. My co-founder Daniel Drifton, he always says we hide in public. So just our first name at thrivess.com, and you can reach us. Finding us on Facebook or anything like that, we would love to partner with agencies.
Okay.
And that's just not talk. They actually partner with agencies. And I want to make sure we say this about PrEP. We have found through research, I work in medical research, we have found that PrEP works. Right. And for individuals who are negative and yet they are sexually active, or they may be in relationships with people who are living with HIV, PrEP works. And I think there's so much stigma and fear behind PrEP because a lot of people don't know about it or if it really works, but research has shown that it works and that it will keep a person who is negative.
Right. And to the second part of your question, if a person feels that intimidation that comes along with wanting to get tested but not in a public space, the spot is perfect for that because, like I said, it's open during non-traditional hours. Is it a safe environment? We have multiple rooms where we can take you to be by yourself. If you just want information or linkage or anything like that, definitely reaching out to us is the best way to do it.
Awesome.
So I'm posing just a hypothetical thing, or just someone maybe out there that may be watching this particular episode. They see us sitting here and see you being the co-founder of Thrive, and they're afraid to even get tested. They realize they may have been a little promiscuous and not sure of the people they've been promiscuous with, what their status is, and they may have had unprotected sex. What would you say to that individuals about knowing their status?
I would say, the fear that comes along with getting tested after, feeling like you might have put yourself at risk is normal. We all have an HIV status, regardless whether or not we know about it or not. And there's organizations like Thrive, organizations like Georgia Equality, Emory, and people doing some really good work who will walk you through the process. And no one has to know that you are a person living with HIV. We're just concerned with getting you linked to care, getting you linked to support, and helping you to reduce your viral load, period.
And it's important that people know that with your status, the earlier or the sooner that you know your status, the sooner you can do something about it, whether you are negative or whether you're positive. And I will say this, that every single person that I know who is living with HIV is living. They're living. Now, yes, there are some statistics where Black men are still dying, but that is due to the lack of education. And that's due to stigma because they can't get tested. That is also due to the fact that sometimes they just refuse to get on the medical regimen. But other than that, the people who are living with HIV, who are going about their business, living their life, they're living, and it's no stopping. So you know what I mean. So I think that will also take away from the stigma if we actually had role models who were bold enough to say, hey, I'm living with HIV, but I'm living my life and I'm living my best life.
I think another thing that decreases stigma is situations like this. You know, keeping the conversation about HIV going, because HIV is primarily impacting the Black gay community, we're not having a robust conversation about it. When it was the 80s and it was killing white gay men, it was everywhere on, award shows and commercials, and I think that we just need to keep the conversation going.
I agree.
I just want to end this particular episode. Everyone out there, regardless of, if you're not sexually active, if you are sexually active, it's important to know your status. If you don't know anything else, if you don't know your name, you don't know your mama's name, you don't know who called you last week, you don't know what the last text message was, at least know your status. It's important, to get tested on a regular basis. And for those that are afraid to get tested, maybe you need to take someone with you to help support you, to be that backbone that won't chastise you, that won't judge you. And for those that are negative, do your best to stay negative, understand what PrEP is about, having that conversation, be relatable to other people. Don't be afraid to find out the information you need to find out. Rather, it's just Google is your best friend nowadays. And there's no excuse to get the help and education that you need, so you won't be ignorant to this conversation that we're having at the moment.
Awesome.
And with that being said, I want to thank you, Larry, for so much for coming. It's Thrive. Tell people how they can find out about Thrive.
Y'all can reach us on social media at Thrive SS. Our website is www.thrivess.org. www.thrivess.org. That those W's don't want to come out.
And W's and S's. www.thrivess.com.
Right.
Or
And you can find you on Instagram as well.
Instagram at Thrive SS,
and
Facebook at Thrive SS. Yeah, we're everywhere.
Thrive SS is everywhere. .org.
Right.
Find them, all right? All right, on that note, strength, courage, and wisdom is very important in this world that we're living in. So do your best to try to find some strength to create that wisdom that you need so you can go forward, and the courage that you need to grow and flourish in this world that we're living in right now. So on that note, I'm Terrance Styyles. Thank you so much for watching this episode of The Manual. Remember to create your own manual instead of copying what's already written. See you next time.
Awesome.
Thank you.